Michelle here, Thrifting 101. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. Glad you're stopping in. I went out the other day to do a little thrifting, and I call it a fortunate day of thrifting because I found something good in every store I went to. I went to a new store, I'll tell you a little bit about that, and people were just super friendly, and on my very last stop I found something I've been looking for years. Hope you enjoy. There's this store on the same road that most of my thrift stores are on, and it's a very busy road. And about 6 months ago, I noticed, tucked back a little bit, there was a place called Melbourne Pickers. And every time I went to go there, either I had something else to do, I had to be somewhere, or somebody was so on my rear end in the car that I couldn't turn into the store. But this day I decided I was going to get there. Somebody was on my butt. I actually had to turn into the parking lot next door, walked in for my first time, and the woman who was super friendly said, "Welcome to the store. Everything is 75% off starting today because we're moving." So timing is everything, I guess. Anyways, this was the first thing I saw and absolutely fell in love with it. It is such a Madman mid-century piece. It's a cigarette box and an ashtray. It's pottery, it's ceramic. It's not marked, but I'm 100% sure it's mid-century. It has this great applied flower on it, and even though the flower is missing a piece, it's still a wonderful, wonderful ashtray. It was marked at $10, and of course it was 75% off of that. Found this in the Melbourne Pickers resale shop. She's adorable, little snow lady here. It's porcelain, mid-century salt shaker or pepper shaker. It even has its stopper there. I think I paid about $1.50 for it. It was 75% off, and I'm just going to keep it and throw her in with my Christmas display. I paid $4.99 for this at the Goodwill. That's kind of a lot of money, but you don't see the large cup and saucers in the desert rose very often. It's Franciscan, and the back stamp dates it between 1941 and 1984. It's a U.S. back stamp. It's really big. It's a 4.5-inch size cup and saucer. And unfortunately, when I got home and unwrapped it, it's always when you don't do the total unwrapping at the store that you come home and find yourself disappointed. I noticed right there, there's a good sized chip. I was going to ask about $28 to $30 for it, and oh well, I don't know what I'll ask for it now or if I'll ask anything for it. I'm trying very hard to stay away from heavy glass breakable pitchers or any heavy glass item, but I'm kind of partial to pitchers. But for 99 cents, I couldn't help but pick this up at the Salvation Army. It's super heavy. I think it's 86 ounces. And you can see right here, it's in wonderful condition. All the stripes are in great shape. There are no chips and cracks. And although it's not marked, I'm 99% sure by the lines of this islip pitcher that it's anchor hocking. And I'm gonna ask about $20 for it. These ceramic ashtrays I paid 50 cents a piece for at the Enjoy thrift store, and I just fell in love with them. They're in pretty good condition, and I guess they're the Dover Junction Deli. I could find nothing out on them. I don't know what nickel plate means. If anybody out there is familiar with the Dover Deli Junction or Dover Junction Deli, let me know. I thought, well, first I thought Dover, Delaware, then I thought, well, it could be Dover, Massachusetts. It could be any place. I did a little research, and the only thing I could find out that there is a chain of Junction Delis that opened up in 1960. I can't find a Dover location, but they're super cute, and I'm going to ask, I think, $20 for the set. I picked this up for 99 cents at Salvation Army. I don't usually run into Pyrex this old. You saw the back stamp on there. That dates this piece from 1919 to 1924, so it's super old. You can see it's got some yellowing, age yellowing. And it has some manufacturing marks here, which I just love about older pieces. The quality control was pretty much non-existent back then, and that's why you'll see a lot of that on old pieces. It's a custard cup or an egg cup. And I just wanted to let you know, found this interesting, there were more than 4 million Pyrex dishes in the United States households by 1919, and by 1922 they had over 100 different styles and patterns to choose from already. And the early Pyrex sold through hardware stores. These sell for about $10 on eBay. I had this in my cart at the Melbourne resale picker store, the 75% off sale they were having that day. And when I got up and I made my purchase, I said, I think I'm going to pass on the doll. She said, it's only $1. So I picked it up. It's really cute. It's a Campbell Soup Kid rag doll. It's actually filled with plastic pellets. It dates to 2001. Pretty good condition. I actually have never seen one before, but they do sell. I paid $1 for it. Like I said, they sell for about $8. Picked up this great jam jar, jelly jar. You can see right there, that's where the spoon goes, in the Goodwill. It's in wonderful condition. Great pattern. The pattern is Strawberry Country, and it's made by, it's made by McCoy, even though it's not marked here. I was familiar with the pattern, and the pattern dates to 1979. McCoy was started in 1910. Actually, they started a little earlier, but they went under the McCoy pottery name by 1910, and it was started by J.W. McCoy and Nelson McCoy. Factory closed down in 1990 out of Roseville, Ohio. They sold for about $8 to $10 on eBay. I picked this up for 75% off at the Melbourne Pickers resale store, and he's just adorable. Cute little pig right here. He was probably a sugar bowl is what I'm thinking. He's got nice little phrasing to him. I just love everything about him. The black back stamp on the bottom, which says Japan. They started using the black stamps, the ink stamps, in 1949. So I'm thinking this is probably in the mid 50s. I don't think it's in the 60s or 70s. I think it's a bit older than that. And they sell for about $8 to $10. I thought he would make a really cute planter also. I saw this Hess Helicopter, and I picked it up for $2.50. There were no batteries in it, so I wasn't sure if it worked or not, but I love Hess toys, and we had a Hess station in Bridgeport. We only had one where around where I lived, and every year I would get the Hess toy of the year for my daughter for Christmas, so she has a little collection going. This one dates to 2001, and I did come home and we put a battery in it, and sure enough, it does work. So it was a good investment. It's simply adorable. It comes with, turn that off. It came with some cool items in here. I'm going to show you right now. Press this door open and press it open again. I am so bad at opening things. There we go. It is still wrapped up. It comes with this cute little motorcycle. And in the back here, you can see there's a little chip here, but I'm not too worried about that. And I'll tell you why in a minute. I'm not too worried about it. It doesn't look like it was ever really used or played with. It has a great Hess truck right there, a gasoline truck. And I thought it would be worth a lot more than the $10 they're selling for on eBay. So I'm probably going to keep it and pass it along to the grandkids. Picked this up for $1.99 at the local Goodwill, and I was super happy to find it because I've been hanging on to the matching creamer forever. It's an open sugar bowl here. And a couple of videos ago, I picked up the same pattern. It is Macbeth Evans. The pattern is called American Sweetheart, and it's Monix glass. That's what they called their milk glass at Monix. I picked up a cup and saucer in the same pattern, so I'm thinking that if I go back, maybe I'll find some more. If you ever run across the sugar bowl with the lid pick it up because the lids are so rare. They sell in the $100 and plus range. So I'll be on the lookout for a lid. I don't know that I'll ever find one. It was named American Sweetheart after Mary Pickford, the American Sweetheart of the day. It's depression wear, dates from 1930 to 1936, and the open sugar bowl sells for about $8. Saw this at the Goodwill, paid $1.99 for it. It wasn't marked, but I had the other one, the other jelly jar, jam jar, whatever, that I picked up at Goodwill. So she said, well, I'll charge you the same price for it. I thought that was fair. It is in wonderful condition. It's in the shape of a peach, the top right here. Great condition. It isn't marked, and to tell you the truth, I couldn't really find another one like it out there, but I don't think I'll have any problem selling it. It's just too cute. Probably ask, oh, I'm not sure, in the $15 range, I think, for it. When I was at the Goodwill, they wheeled out a couple of bins, and it's always the best time to be there when they wheel out the bins and you're one of the first to get there because you never know what's in there. So I was working my way through one of the bins, taking everything out. I noticed there was some kind of bowl on the bottom. I finally got to the bottom. I pulled this out, and I was like, oh my goodness. I paid $3.99 for it, and I was excited to find it, and I'll show you why in a minute. It's a Hazel Atlas milk glass, or opal glass. That's what they call their milk glass, in the Tom and Jerry patterns, Eggnog Bowl. They date between the 1940s and the 1960s. It was marked $3.99, and that's exactly what I paid for it. It wasn't a discounted price. It's in wonderful condition, and here's the reason I was so excited to find them. If you remember a while back, I had bought a set of 6 of the glasses. Oh, no, put that on there. In perfect condition. So I had said someday I'm going to find the bowl, and I finally did. So now I'm going to have a nice eggnog set to display for Christmas time. And if you remember back when I found the cups, I gave a little story on the legend of the Tom and Jerry eggnog story, and I tell it to you once again, kind of like the night before Christmas. And this is it. Legend has it that Tom and Jerry, they're not the cat and the dog, but it was a signature cocktail created in 1821 by a journalist, a British journalist by the name of Pierce Egan, and he did that to promote his new book. The book was basically a book for bartenders full of different recipes on how to make cocktails. They added brandy to eggnog and created the Tom and Jerry. That's how it got its name. Tom and Jerrying, though, was a phrase used in England meaning to indulge in loud and drunken behavior. They sell for about $15, just the bowl alone, if I was to sell it, and probably about $35 for the entire set. I was at the Goodwill, and from a distance, I saw this platter on the very bottom shelf, and I've been looking for a piece of this, any piece in this pattern for, almost, I would say, close to 10 years. This is my very first piece I found in the wild or at any thrift store. It's Macbeth Evans. It's a Cremex Bordeaux pattern. They came in lots of different pastel colors. This large piece here is actually called a sandwich tray. They date between 1938 and 1944. Excuse me. And they sell anywhere from $15 to $35 depending on condition. This one happens to be in wonderful condition, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be hanging on to it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I did want to point out that I also got this gorgeous, it's not really a jacket, it's not really a sweater, I don't know what you call it, but it's lace, and I love lace, and it fits me. I got this when I was out thrifting the other day also. I picked up a bunch more stuff yesterday. Got a lot of good stuff to show you coming up. So again, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Most importantly, leave me a comment, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye. The decals are in great shape, no chips, no cracks, except for my voice. Opening things and tops and whatnot, but get this door open. Help. Junction, I'm assuming Dover,